rate. It's been played quite a bit, even the Orianna as well, by people like Rookie, Doomby, high-tier mid laners. Now it's up to Twila to keep that win rate special going as smiles on the face of WE. Running into a comp where they know they get towards the late game and they have a nice front to back.
And this is where we need to see Xiaopeng trying to have a little bit of an impact in these early stages. The Trundle, though, will struggle to get into, or at least have an impact in many of these lanes. Like mid lane, you don't really have any hard CC to try and get on towards Teacherma. Same when you look towards that top side, you can try and set up Chelizi for success, but Morgan, actually I suppose, yeah, with Morgan, you could end up blocking the Syrian charge with the Trundle pillar, so I imagine a lot of pressure will actually go towards that top side of the map here to try and set...
We believe, whatever the issue was, has been resolved now, because you're seeing the lineups, and once again, we'll talk a little bit about how DMO want to execute this one. Good lockdown in the bottom lane, and to build up into their game one. Sitting with only one series win right now here in the LPL, while WE want to continue their run across. It's week 6, day 1. The halfway point, if it wasn't here last week, truly is now.
I do miss the Gios. You know, we
got
them
them
a little
yesterday.
bit yesterday. Yeah.
I think, look.
I think more so it's like, I want to get back where we're actually in the... where we're in the stadiums and you can hear the crowd, you really get that excitement, that buzz.
But the thing is, we're in the stadium now, but there's no crowd, obviously, for safety reasons. But I agree. I definitely want to hear the crowd booming across Shanghai once again. Also, going back to home arenas would be cool too. You know, WE, of course. Right now, they would be in Xi'an. That's where DMO would be, in the 600-seat arena. I haven't been there, but I've heard it's pretty damn cool.
Yeah, we were planning a little while ago to go and see some of those
yeah, we're going to go to Hongqiao, which is nearest here in Shanghai. Take you guys there. It was the Top Esports FPX series, I think, was the plan.
Yeah, that would have been an absolute pleasure.
Unfortunately, COVID got in the way. As we're looking at, pretty standard stuff here from Xubin on the Ashe, lethal tempo.
Oh, actually, usually, and Munch is my expert in all things Ashe, you usually see the approach velocity on the Ashe, because obviously you get the slows off your auto attacks, you get a bunch of speed ups, and
got Nimbus.
They work quite well, but yeah, opting for the Nimbus instead, so slightly different than what the usual thing we see out of the Ashe, but definitely when you've got that cleanse, you've got the flash, you're more looking for that defensive summoner spell, where it's more about running away than running towards the enemy sometimes.
Also the change, Xubin's probably like, oh, never mind. I'll probably proc the Nimbus cloak. For DMO, we talked about it a little bit loosely. WE, Tag, you already nailed down the comp. It's so easy. You know, we get late and we're like, all right, well, WE, pretty easy to execute. For DMO, at least with the Ashe, Orianna, got the Volibear, it's a comp pieced together in different ways.
Yeah, I mean, look, we already kind of talked a little bit about that pick potential that you have off Xubin, Yui, Xiaopeng as well, working together. Their team fight is relatively good as well, because you do have this big engage tool in Chelizi that can set up for Twila shockwaves. But definitely they are heavily spiking in that mid-game portion, just comparatively to the double AD carries that's on WE side. So although Twila will do Orianna things when you get up towards those third, fourth items, it won't be quite as heavy.
Xiaopeng on the run against Teacherma. They're going to get slowed on down. Remember, distance will get the movement speed. Flash away from the pillar. Really well done here, the early game of Xiaopeng. And
getting that summoner spell out is really, really good. We talked about how Xiaopeng...
That was not good from missing.
Not at all.
He misses the Zenith Blade. Xubin could have been in a bit of trouble there, but they end up trading up a lot better as Teacherma comes back to lane, and Twila's doing a really good job of bullying him out here. Note, it is the Spellbook Orianna with no phase rush, but still, it won't matter if they get the kill. The pillar's up. Flash was burnt before. DMO committing forward. Teacherma burning down. First blood not given until Twila flashes himself. The Orianna with early blood.
Xiaopeng has been doing this a lot recently for DMO, just staying towards this mid lane, babysitting Twila quite a bit, and now that repeat gank has paid off dividends. Twila picking up the kill. It does mean Xiaopeng's a little bit slower on his clear, but at least finding success on that play.
I mean, what we talked about for DMO through their success was the mid 2 versus 2 and how Xiaopeng and Twila are feeling good right now. Same will be said for Jiumeng in this bottom lane. Good trades against Yui. Yeah. Pushing in now.
Also, Teacherma having to burn that teleport to get back to lane here as well, whereas Twila could have the opportunity to just walk back from TPing topside.
That's Twila coming in. The bear flashes. Sky Split has so much damage early on. Twila making the big play, and he survives from the turret.
And this is the early game we were talking about from DMO. When they can get this rolling, they look so damn good. Using all the advantages that they picked up. The only thing is, Twila was the one to tank that turret, so now he's going to have to back again, so a little bit slow in getting towards the lane. Not going to be ideal, where Teacherma can shove in a couple of these waves, but still, DMO looking good.
Yeah, this is a game where Twila's set out to carry from the get-go. 2 early kills on an Orianna, 2 amplifying times to walk back to lane with that hook from Yui being good missing. Re-engages, forces the cleanse out of xubin. He flashes away, and the Gravitum at max range will not find the follow-up. Now you can see Xiaopeng is down in the bottom lane, but no blast cone to get to the rest of the play.
And a lot of vision in that bottom side river, so he's going to back away. xubin will just farm up here, but explosive early game from Jiumeng and missing. This is what we like to see from these guys. Getting aggressive, trying to get these fights going. Trundle is coming in though.
The Zenith Blade onto Yui means missing is too far forward. Xiaopeng in the perfect position. The pillars flashed away from with the frozen ground. Xiaopeng a bit of movement speed, shield of Daybreak, but the nice dark passage from Yui.
And this means that beishang can actually just clear out these Krugs on bottom side, potential to go towards this dragon as well if he wants to, because you just be able to clear that out by yourself as Graves, although it looks like at the moment DMO, cognizant of this, are going to try and spot out any sort of plays towards that.
And let's be real with what's happening on our screen. We're seeing Xiaopeng everywhere, but it is at the cost, as you mentioned earlier, of farm. Now going in for a bit of invade on the Raptors, while bottom lane's in a bit of trouble. beishang level 5 and 20 CS up over Xiaopeng.
And this is a relatively large wave as well that they would like to be able to pick up. It looks like they will. beishang just making sure that they could really push that bottom wave in as Jiumeng are missing, reset it, get the bounce back, and give them that opportunity to return to base.
I also like that for beishang. We're seeing the respect paid towards Xiaopeng, as mid priority was not given over. Twila has 6 for the shockwave as well. We'll see what happens.
Chelizi's here as well. This is a party towards this mid lane. Level 6 on the Volibear as well, so they're just looking to delete that tower, remove it from an issue with that Ohm Wrecker, and then kill Teacherma, but fortunately not quite able to get that there. But I gotta say, fair play to Morgan in this top lane at the moment for keeping himself safe, because this is not the best of matchups for the Ornn, but by playing and holding this wave so close to his tower, it's making it difficult for Chelizi to find these big advantages.
A lot of LPL top laners liking the Volibear in this certain situation. You can see DMO, they prioritize picking this over the set Ornn as we came out of the second ban phase. So for Chelizi, already a big start. PTA with Bammy Cinder plus a big CS lead over Morgan. Kicks off DMO's top side, while Teacherma here just going to be getting blue buff. His lane going consistent with CS, and bottom ahead by 10 CS here for Jiumeng.
And the thing is that because Morgan has been doing a pretty good job in top lane, he hasn't had to burn his teleport to get back into the lane at any point in time. Don't forget, there has been a little bit of a change to Ornn where he doesn't get a whole bunch of extra health and mana and all that when he builds the Sapphire crystals or the Ruby crystals. So he's just been keeping a good job of keeping his health bar nicely topped up, which means that if any pressure from DMO goes towards these early dragons, you can have the contest from Morgan alongside Chelizi in that fight. Nice
to see him opting into the Catalyst nice and early, right? Instead of the Bammies, instead of the Bramble Vest, especially with the early kills given over to Twila. That Magi's Mask. What's it called? Majora's Mask. Now, what is the real item? Abyssal Mask. There it is. There's that hook. Doesn't feel like it should have landed. But further to point, the Abyssal Mask will negate a lot of the Sky Splitter as well, which has really nice base stats for the Volibear.
I do want to see DMO putting a little bit more priority towards this dragon right now, though, because what they want to be doing is finding these fights in and around the mid game. And the best way to find these scraps is to start putting these dragons in your back pocket. So when you get to that 22 to 25 minute mark, you're forcing that Dragon Soul or even Dragon Point. DMO, though, have been a bit slow in picking these up, and with that in mind, it means that now our Dragon Soul is being pushed later, which gives WE time to get these scaling carries into the right spot.
beishang's on a bit of a mission. Twila receives the blue buff, which is nice. beishang going to be starting this up. A hidden ward in the pit that, yeah, if you put it right against the wall, it won't be spotted unless you actually go into the den. So beishang is clearing this out. We'll now see it, but Xiaopeng's on his way.
Does that Teacherma roaming down? But Teacherma needs to be careful. He's in a weird spot here.
The tether's there, but Twila with the shockwave available. The flash burnt out yet again in Enchantress Arrow. Wide though from DMO as Morgan TP's into the middle. Chelizi knocks him down. He has to flash as well. Call the Forge God for the re-engage. Turns around into a 5 versus 5. Shockwave hits 3 in the middle from Twila. The most fed member has to flash himself though. And with the poke down, Jiumeng to pick up the kill is not awesome for DMO.
Oh, it was a messy scrap to begin with Morgan having to flash out, but DMO weren't grouped up properly. Xubin and Yui weren't really a factor in that fight. So in the 5v3 that WE could just corral towards Chelizi, Twila, and also Xiaopeng means they're able to get this dragon and get some kills in their favor.
And Jiumeng got the kill. Already had a CS lead in lane. Aphelios ready as Yui sends himself in with a hook. But you're right, a lot burned by DMO. And an unfortunate turn of events where they had an early lead in the game and they've kind of just thrown that back to WE.
It was just where the wave was positioned for DMO. It meant that you couldn't have Xubin and Yui move across as quickly as they'd like. Also, a lot of the ults kind of going a bit wide, so Xubin not connecting, not being able to get the Thresh into position. But if you look at who's able to move first here, that wave in bottom lane is shoving in. The Ashe ult goes wide here, and it means that when WE go for this re-engage, they're already collapsing onto these three members. Ashe and the Thresh are way too late to this fight. It's already signed off, and you can see one volley is all you get from Xubin, and that's it. So it's a 3 versus 5, and DMO fail.
Nice snipe from beishang as well to help secure the kill for Xubin. Sorry, for Jiumeng. Actually used to Xubin being on the Aphelios most of the time.
It's funny how just off that, like, one series that he's been able to make such a name for himself.
That's true. I mean, I think of a lot of players in the LPL when I think of Aphelios. That's the problem.
Yeah.
As WE, we come back to live, and they've got full control over this Herald. They reset on the map, and we also have to remember that this lead for beishang in the jungle now leads by a level itself. That Rift Herald's going to help, and beishang has such a big advantage individually over Xiaopeng. Part of that gold lead has been carrying throughout the game.
And we talked about how, look, Xiaopeng made his decision. I want to get into lanes. I want to influence Twila and make sure that this Orianna is getting to a point where she's happy as soon as possible, but it came at a cost. beishang was able to get in. He stole away the wolves at one point, was just consistently farming. That's the power of this Graves, is how quickly he can clear out the jungle. So once Xiaopeng started to fall behind, there's very little he can do to try and get back into this matchup. You can see in the CS difference, 20 CS in favor of beishang, and you pretty much have comparable when it comes to at least the assists and that kind of thing.
Because, I mean, it's very different in how to play the matchup, right? We don't expect Trundle to be the same as a Graves in jungle, but at the very least, another thing we don't normally talk about is how great Warrior is for early game. Of course, damage is damage, but how Cinderhulk is a scaling jungle item. It's something that's not going to be as useful as Warriors is right now for beishang. Both jungle items are picked up, by the way, as we look across the rest of the board. Infinity Edge, Athene's, a very cheap item for Teacherma and for the Karma, while we are getting the hose built out of Twila. Of course, Unsealed Spellbook does dictate that most of the time as well.
I think the thing that I want to look at here as well is that let's look at the goal that has gone over. Actually, hang on one second.
Okay. Over the wall over again. Let's give more turret plating to the Aphelios and Graves.
Yeah, I mean, great call here from WE. Will be answered on top side, though.
There's no wave here. Xiaopeng going to go in anyway with the Subjugate. They use the Ohm Wrecker against the turret. Morgan has called the Forge God coming in and doesn't get it. But you know what? Teacherma heals him up. Oh no. Every side of the map wins.
And now you've got this Rift Tower that can just keep pushing in towards the tower as well. So WE can look to maybe take a second one if Jiumeng doesn't get too hasty.
He'll get this though. He has Chakram with Severin, so that turret's gone too. And WE spring up ahead by 2k gold.
Mid lane is overextended as well here.
And Xiaopeng actually caught out in the jump.
Oh my god.
What are DMO doing?
Oh, it was going so well for DMO, where they're actually getting something in their favor. Maybe they could look to contest at some of these fights, but very quickly WE started to run away with Fail playing the top lane, Teacherma doing a good job of getting towards that top side to shut down the play, and then 2 towers going into this bottom side. I was just about to praise Chelizi for being able to take 3 of these turret fights himself. He's going to be looking strong, and then catastrophe across the board.
Why was he trying it?
I actually, like, the play isn't the worst. Okay. It just needed to have more coming across from Xubin and Yui where they could actually come and support him. The problem is he's so low and doesn't have the damage to try and support himself and kill out that blue buff that he ends up going down. So it was kind of a smart call from Teacherma to realize, look, with beishang showing on the bottom side, chances are Xiaopeng is going to try and make this play. He just got caught out for it.
All right, keep that in consideration. At this point, I want to point out that the early game, Teacherma was kind of negated quite a lot as if that landed, Xubin was dead. I can't wait for the new jungler to come out. I hope it's different. I hope everyone's like, no, let's focus on a new champion.
300 years.
Dude, give me something exciting to He's so far ahead. Jiumeng picked up the turret plating bottom side. They're now diving. Force the flash with a solar flare. More gold in WE's back pocket. Now 3k ahead.
I don't even know why DMO are trying to defend it. You've just been outnumbered here in this mid lane. You got beishang in a side lane split pushing as well to get him gold. Like, the fact WE have been able to achieve all this at 14 minutes into the game, now about to add their second dragon over, like, they're just running away with this so heavy.
It's crazy to me that Teacherma, even though it's a cheap build, already has Ornn as well. He's a 3-1-1 Karma who sure is behind CS in the lane into the early double kill for Twila. But it doesn't matter because he picked up some himself, and Jiumeng's going to benefit so much off of that.
And not even Jiumeng, beishang as well. He's just about to finish off his Black Cleaver, so he's hitting a point where he's super strong.
Go Triforce.
So, yeah,
let's go.
Triforce Grace. But either way,
confident play.
I mean, it is still stupidly strong right now. And I think Twila will be able to answer, at least in this top side. But if I'm WE, I've not only just powered through this early game, I've now set myself up for a super strong mid game. We already talked about them having the scaling option when it goes towards late as well. So I don't really see an issue here for WE if they even want to take a step back and just wait for some more of these objectives to spawn.
Because at this point it feels like incredibly good play from DMO needed. The shockwave, diving with Chelizi on his Volibear, as he saw that went a bit awry last time. So
the good news for DMO fans is that at least right now, DMO are really starting to hit their stride. So as you talked about Twila going for the water hose, the GLP, that means that then he's hitting a mid-game spike with the build that he's gone. Same when we look towards xubin, just having that Blade of the Rune King completed. Triforce for Chelizi in the top lane. So in a grouped up fight, this strength that they have could be enough to power them through if they can set it up correctly. We just have to see if they can get onto some of the key members like beishang and like Jiumeng as these fights kick off.
It's been hard so far. That Black Cleaver you talked about now complete as well.
And also, it's not only just that you can fight WE, it's that you've got that pick potential as well as we talked about. So maybe xubin and Yui can try and make some of these plays happen when you've got WE moving into the jungle like this.
Might be around the next Herald, or if WE miss something up here, question marks go out with the help of Blitzcrank. A free turret. DMO are grouping mid, but they kind of just left this one to the waters.
They have to. I mean, you can't really defend us. You've got too many people from WE who are able to get up there. The long lane in mid and creating that pressure, especially with Twila moving over to try and defend that mid lane turret, has just been too difficult. So they're trying to answer back in mid, but you've got Infernum there for Aphelios.
While Morgan deals with Xiaopeng, there goes the parking cone. Morgan's having a great time. We're just watching two tanks spank each other.
But look, DMO are answering on this bottom side for the top lane turret. It's interesting to see, though, how much of this gold is being funneled into beishang. We talked about WE playing towards beishang. Well, he was solo farming that bottom lane. Now he's solo farming top, getting the structure gold directly for himself. Rift Herald will be picked up as well. So beishang definitely benefactoring a lot from the way WE is setting him up.
He's just maintained this lead the whole game. Now a 2-level lead, to be frank, as well. Dragon's coming up in 2 minutes 10, while Chelizi has to back off. The rest of EWE, we're seeing EDG later. The rest of WE were coming towards the bottom side, while beishang, I think he was spotted on Rift Herald and pulled away with the rest of his team going down bottom. So, oh no, he just pulled it out far enough and got Scuttle at the same time. So, second Herald here for WE in game 1.
And I was expecting a little bit more from DMO. As we talked about in the DMO versus IG series, at least when they got a lead in game number 1, they just ran away with it. They looked super clean. I think it was like a 24-25 minute win for these guys, maybe slightly later. But still, that was the DMO that I wanted to see coming into this, especially when we had Xiaopeng making some smart moves in the early game, setting up Twila, trying to get some of these kills back in their favor. But we see that one misstep and WE just pounce. And I think that's what really separates the top teams from some of the teams that would have just fallen or crumbled under that pressure. But WE know how to play the map. That's where their strengths lie, and being able to find these opportunities where Teacherma, once again, even if he's not in a Galio or a Twisted Fate, can have impact in his side.
See, the crazy thing about DMO for me is, as someone who actively loves the LPL, I think DMO had so much success, especially last year, their first split.
Yeah.
When they were known as Sino Dragon, they came in with, people remember Chung Hong and Gala and Mark, the bottom lane, debuting. As I'm going to pause for now, Chelizi just running away. But they played this sword and shield style so well coined by Clement Chu. and it would be Psy on top with Kai'Sa. They would team fight, and they team fought so well. And then they introduced Natural, and Chunghong retired, and the dynamic shifted. And ever since then, for DMO, it's been so hard for them to recover. And right here, we're seeing it against WE, looking like one of the weaker teams in the league. WE pushing in the inner turret. They get that with the help of the Rift Herald. And WE this game, 4K gold ahead. They've got to drag it up in 15. Everything's timed nicely. And DMO is scared to just edge out on the map.
Twila has gone for this full mid-game build-up with the Spellbinder, so maybe the fight could be it.
Morgan has to flash away. Doesn't want to go in instead. The 3-man solo player, Call the Forge God, in the backline. Missing absorbs everything, while that ult from Jiumeng, not good. Missing still going forward. Chelizi can't finish off the kill. Nothing happens but a round drag, and WE now want to go back.
A lot of ultimates, though, like key ultimates for the carries of DMO haven't quite been burnt, so potential here for maybe them to try and re-engage, but maybe not feeling as confident.
Solaro is there, the Shockwave available by Twila as well, aims it onto Missing, but once it carries himself, Jiumeng walks on up, and Morgan heals back up as well. The Shockwave backline hits Missing, but now Twila's the target. He's walked too far forward, of course he has. That was not worth it. Missing going down, but the mid carry, the most fed member of DMO, drops too.
And that was a 4v5. Beishang was on Dragon the whole time. Jiumeng is having a field day with the Teacherma just buffing him up, propping him forward. And now WE, actually, they want more.
Got Caliber. Oh, hang on, 10-13, right?
Yeah, he can't get as many chakrams, but Beishang
might be caught out by Chelizi, but the Bear doesn't have enough damage to follow this one up. WE, that means they pull off a Baron. Trying to get a pick on Chelizi through mid as well. They might go back, they might bait them in. WE still have control. If
anyone's wondering what Hysterics is referring to in 10-13, with the turret, you can't build up chakrams as Jiumeng on this Aphelios anymore. So it's not as quick of a Baron take. Still a relatively quick one, though, which is why they're still hovering towards this.
I mean, you can still press Q. That's the thing. So he's still going to have chakrams. At least not 20,000. This time it's only like 5. Feels good. Well, somewhat. He's still powerful. He's got a Renan Hurricane in this game. As you normally do, but 2 items strong at the 20-minute mark is so much better than xubin at this point in the game. Level lead there for the 80 carry as well with a CS lead. And we'll have a look back at this fight because DMO wanted to force the later portion.
And I thought that this was where maybe DMO can make this play happen. You've got that Enchanted Crystal Arrow. It hits onto Morgan, though, which is not any of the carries I want to see it get onto. And then Twila does get a nice Shockwave, but as I said, Jiumeng turn around the damage. It just feels like DMO aren't really able to pick out the key members because Jiumeng and Teacherma are hovering so far back. It makes it impossible for Chelizi without his ultimate to get on top of them, for Twila to have any sort of delivery for that ball into that back line. So overall, WE again coming out on top.
Another part about falling behind is you're getting karma towards these crucial items. Plus, she's going to have so much AP in the bank. Like, normally it's a Rabadon's third that comes out. You can also build, like, you can build so much on a karma mid. And Teacherma in that previous fight just healed Morgan right up. So everyone in a good position here for WE. And that 3K gold lead still exists with WE resetting, coming back on the map in front of Baron, clearing out vision.
And all they're trying to do here is try to create pressure on Morgan. He's got the teleport advantage, pop him into this bottom lane, have him shove in, and once Chelizi has to go and deal with this side lane, then they can look to make these plays happen.
Hey, by the way, beishang is 80 CS up. Xiaopeng has been outclassed this game. 3 levels down as well.
I mean, look, it's always going to happen when you are Trundle, but particularly when Xiaopeng went for these early aggressive plays.
Yeah.
Beishang did a great job of getting in, stealing away these camps, and that's what we know Beishang for, is how good he is at reading the map, making sure that he gets in, steals these camps away, makes it punishable for whatever you try and do in the map.
We mentioned on the different champion pool through junglers, we talked about different champion pool for mid. That's why the mid-jungle matchup, even though it's not really impactful within the game itself, well, for WE in game 1, of course, DMO, that's how they got their early lead on Twila through Xiaopeng being busy mid. There's very different champions on all 4 of these members, so expect to see some diversity throughout the series. Because at the very least, we should be getting to game 2 soon if this trajectory continues for WE.
And it is funny to see that, like, the way, because you talked about the mid-jungle 2v2, like, on our side, we highlight the mid. On the Chinese side, they highlight the jungle matchup because it is so telling about the way these two teams are going to work. If Beishang and Teacherma are on point, well, they are going to take over this game. And with Xiaopeng babysitting Twila in quite a few of the more recent series, it's trying to get Twila ahead and at least setting Xiaopeng up to have more influence on the map through that mid pressure. But unfortunately for DMO, that first gank, although it was successful, didn't quite pan out the way they wanted to.
I will say, it feels bad when your Volibear top takes your blue buff as the fed Orianna.
Yeah.
I know that WE have control of the map, but still, would have been nice to maybe drop a ward and get Twila out there a little bit earlier. Having said that, at least it doesn't get stolen away. So.
Silver linings.
Oh, it has to. I'd just be like, Twila, be like, dude, he doesn't really need mana thanks to mana Woeband. And of course, the extra mana you get from Hose and Loot, depending on the build. But WE, they're in front of the next dragon. This is Infernal Rift for them, Dagda. And 30 seconds to find out if they can get it.
I don't see how DMO try and fight this.
Oh, well, Solar Flare cleansed away from, dodges away thanks to Dark Passage. DMO interested in re-engaging with the Pillar up, but flush onto Twila. Locked on down, he has to flash himself. He takes the ball back with him as well. And WE turn on to Xiaopeng and Chelizi. Even the two tankiest members have no support because the damage isn't here. The Shockwave, great, but Infernum with Moonlight Vigil. We know this story. DMO on the hills to escape, but xubin to be exhausted, and he's exhausted at this game one. He wants it over.
And WE are going to split up here. Well, it looks like they're actually going to go straight towards this bottom lane. Wasn't sure how hard they wanted to push with 3 members of DMO up, but they want to crack up in the space right now.
Morgan going to give a quick upgrade to Jiumeng as well. Molten Edge with double Zeal item. Inhibitor broken, or at least the base with Inhibitor turret going down. Inhibitor's going to stand for now, but this is an Infernal Soul, and WE are making this look easy.
Yeah, and look at Teacherma there, 100% kill participation so far. This is what we love this guy for.
Look at Jiumeng's damage.
It's a little bit silly, I'm not gonna lie. But that's the benefit, right? Where you're the one who's constantly benefiting from Teacherma on this karma. You already got so far accelerated. Molten Age, Phantom Dancer, Ruin's Hurricane. You are the late game Aphelios right now.
Props to Missing really forcing this out, and onto Twila next, unexpected.
I love watching Missing. I love his aggression. I love how he plays with the team. I think he's really started to step up over the last little while for WE. And you can see the results here. I mean, he's the one leading this charge here. At,
but
4th of July was yesterday, but there's fireworks flying.
Oh, man. I'm going to say one thing. That team fight from WE was just really nice. Really nice to watch. Zoning off all the damage from DMO. They couldn't get anywhere near. Twila has to escape early. And yet again, here we go. Missing, starting the engage. He gets Death Sentence in, but the Leona, not the target you want to follow up on. And Xiaopeng will bait them in for the Shockwave, but through a choke. This is good for Morgan. Re-engage almost kills Xiaopeng. They pull in the Ornn once more, and Chelizi joins the play. DMO did some damage. They forced away WE, but they're forced away themselves with a Baron in hand, ready for WE to pick up.
And Xiaopeng has no ult. Twila's ult is down. xubin's ult is down. Like, your ability to fight these aggressive plays is just not there for DMO right now. So look, you can just go clear out this Baron and you're perfectly happy as WE.
4-level difference even if Xiaopeng was here. He's been Flame Horizon and then some. Plus he's down 4 levels. Beishang, better jungle wins in all chat. And this game definitely feels like better team wins because 5k gold lead, DMO struggling to find an answer. Mid turret will stay up as well. For WE, all options on the board. The base broken towards the bottom side. Now we'll see what this Baron push can really do.
It's going to be painful. It is going to be very painful for DMO because I don't know how you try and get back into this. WE have hit critical mass. They're so far ahead when it comes to gold, when it comes towards that Infernal Soul.
I mean, they've got an
Ornn,
right?
It's like, yeah. Like, there is just no coming back here for DMO. This is a, okay, let's have a look at what we can do differently coming into game number 2. I feel like a lot of that is, okay, let's try and put a little bit more focus towards Beishang's champion pool. The Graves has been the go-to for this guy. This is his 7th time on Graves, and he has looked so damn strong every single time.
Beishang on carry-style jugglers.
Yeah.
Teacherma's played around with Jiumeng. Jiumeng didn't laugh. You can see the play cam in the bottom side, probably like, what the heck was that, man? Teacherma's camera is the one you want to see at this point. But actually noticing this as well, Jiumeng very vocal.
It's good to see. I think
Serious.
having a vocal AD carry oftentimes can help out because you are in the back line, you can sometimes be
especially
forgotten.
late game. Right. As we're going to get towards that last fight as, okay, Xubin probably don't stand there. Oh, with Infernal Soul, that's not fun.
I mean, he can heal it up eventually, but that was a single shot. It kind of tells you where DMO
was that
are
even
right now.
I think it was splash damage as well.
Yeah.
It's like, wasn't even a direct hit. Well, everything getting knocked down. DMO on the edge. And we'll just wait for WE to start breaking other parts of the base. You can see Jiumeng confident to sit mid. Two people. That's the attention that it requires. beishang closely behind him. And bottom wave is stacking up as well. But base still hasn't gone down. Baron's got 50 seconds.
I'm kind of surprised they haven't cracked this base. I feel like you can just... You're so strong as WE right now. You just group as 5 and force a tower. You just dive them underneath this certain structure. So, yeah, I don't know. At least they will crack it off this play. It just feels like a lot of time wasted here for them.
Well, 30 seconds. It won't matter if they can end the game within 35 as well. With the Infernal Soul might not be hard as Twila gets burned down. Dark Passage, the option to be taken as Teacherma walks past the ball, doesn't care. The rest of WE, though, caught in the middle. Two-man Shockwave. That was a mistake. The Solar Flare late because Missing's going to die as well. Teacherma just watches as saved by the bell. WE, nothing on the map left. Morgan will get the top turret, but this game should be over. Instead, WE leave Jiumeng and Missing alone. Yeah,
WE are still going to win this game, but definitely a strange play from them where they could have just grouped as 5. They could have forced these towers and forced these inhibitors, but instead they end up holding off, giving the opportunity for a Shockwave. Now, it would just delay the inevitable, but you can already see with no objectives up, it's not like DMO can bounce back. They can push out these waves briefly before they get shoved back in.
We need at least 10 of those. We'll watch again. I love how Teacherma walks right past the ball and Twala's like, nope, I want these two.
Yeah, and I don't know why they decided to go that way. It felt like obviously a massively split call. A bit lazy from Jiumeng to not just path onto the outside, especially when he's on his own. But either way, it is not going to change the game state that much.
No, definitely won't. BT picked up by Jiumeng as well. Elder in a minute, and Riot put that in specifically to end games. 31 minutes. And for WE, hitting expectations in this series so far. Let's see that last fight. It's like, you know the ending to the movie, and you're waiting for it. And you're like,
yeah,
you know, he dies in the end, right? Sorry, spoilers to any movie. He dies in the end.
He doesn't get the girl.
He doesn't get the girl.
She doesn't find the letter.
You know,
no, yeah.
The post box is something else. Morgan is going to line this up so nicely. Xubin caught out, and the Searing Charge won't connect, but we'll just watch beishang destroy. Collateral damage nicely done. As we go to the rest of the fight, and Aphelios is going to survive this one. He has Zebram. Oh my god, everyone's so happy about that. But the rest of WE will clear it out. And Big Bear with police batons. Here comes the FBI. This cop is corrupt. And Chelizi. Here comes the riot. The riot squad. What's higher than... Yeah, Graves, FBI Graves.
Morgan's like, where are you going, buddy?
Yeah, he's
There's
wait.
nowhere to go.
He's cutting off the escape path. Have you seen... oh, what am I watching at the moment? Money Heist. Have you seen Money Heist?
No.
Actually a good series.
Oh,
I think it's a Portuguese series, yeah. It's very good. But anyway, point being, they get away with it, and WE are going to start this Elder, while Morgan, I think he's back. Is he back or did he die? Where is he?
He is somewhere. He's not dead.
Oh, he's sorry.
Just,
we
yeah,
toggled off vision for a second. He's up there, but Elder going to be secured with his help. And now this should be it. Baron coming up as well. Oh, who are they waiting for?
Nobody.
Oh, they're going to time it towards Baron. Very clever, WE. They're going to time towards Baron so they can reset, go straight there, and have the most of both buffs.
Yeah, and I mean, look, it's kind of just like unnecessary details at this stage. You can see, okay, cool, we get onto yeah. That's the thing, is like they are actually super far ahead. Here, though, I want to give credit to Chelizi because he is trying his damnedest. He actually is quite strong on this Volibear right now. He's got the the Triforce. He's gone towards that Randuin's as well. Full tank, essentially, to try and stop this damage from both beishang and Jiumeng. And it has worked out. They have got the kills onto Jiumeng, but it just, there's so much damage that comes out from the level 18 Graves. He's almost got his full build as well. That even if you take down one, you've still got the second one to contend with.
He's double Flame Horizon. Well, I say almost, right?
I mean, he's got almost as much CS as the 280 carries.
I guess 390 is the double Flame Horizon run if we times it by 2.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, well, he's getting it. 300 CS to 130. He's 200 over Xiaopeng. It's not double, sorry. It's only 100 over, so it is a double Flame Horizon right now. Sorry, chat, I apologize for that. As this Baron is all theirs. Now, he may have taken some nerfs, but look at the shurikens. He's still got it. And they've got Baron and about a 10k gold lead. Now, this should end.
I imagine so. I'm kind of just like, I've been sitting waiting for this to end for the past like 10 minutes. Yeah. I was like, all right, cool. Look, this is going swell. WE, we get it. You're kind of flexing your muscles a little bit.
This is like the Avatar movie, The Last Airbender.
I need to watch that. I know the series.
No, you
I've
don't.
Only heard, oh,
no,
really?
you do
Wait, the series is really good.
No, oh, the series is fantastic. I'm talking about the movie. The Last Airbender movie was atrocious. Oh, God.
I keep
so
seeing,
was the Dragon Ball movie, actually.
With everyone in quarantine, everyone's been watching The Last Airbender as the series. And I'm just
oh,
like,
that's fantastic.
I haven't seen it.
Even people are rude against, you know, Legend of Korra. I think that's still good. That's a follow-up, sequel. Okay. But, look, Aang is a legend. That dude does some cool stuff. And I tell you what, if anyone's told me they've never tried airbending in their spare time when no one's watching, then you're lying. Everyone wishes they could bend something. Dude, I wish I was an earthbender. I would destroy these turrets right now. As DMO, you need to fight for your survival in this game. Because WE, another wave's coming in. And back to the fountain, they say. The solar flare used, and the gauge misses. Yui gets a hook. Missing's into the back line. Chelizi brings down the storm. They do find the support as Morgan gets a knock-up. All they need is beishang and Teacherma to get something. But the shockwave does no damage. It's a triple knock-up. And finally, this one's over. A quadra kill going down as well. I believe it was a triple, actually. WE, game 1 in the bag.